Welcome back to another Jay's Collect video, and today I'm reviewing a 2-pack from, I think, the 80th anniversary line. It doesn't say that, but it was released during that time frame back in 2019. And here we have a 2-pack of Skurge and Hela from Thor Ragnarok. Honestly, a pretty solid 2-pack in my opinion. But as we go through the video, we'll see if I hold that same thought process. So without further ado, let's take a look at the package. Taking a look at the package, you got Skurge and Hela in the box right there with the Legends logo on top. You got the Thor Ragnarok title on the bottom and their character titles below them. Turn to this side, we got a shot of Hela right there. Turn to the back, we got the movie poster. Always love when they put the movie posters on the back of these packages. We got the bios for each of the characters over there. I think Skurge is on this side, Hela's on this side. And turning to this side, we have a look at Skurge. And we're now back at the front. Here is a look at the top just to show you what's on there. I don't think there's really anything, or maybe something, but I don't think there is. Anyway, that's a look at the package. Let's not take them out, take a look to see how they're packaged within the plastic tray. Here's a look at them in the tray. I did open these before, so it may not look as new as it would if you open them just without cutting the box open, just brand new. But yeah, quite a lot of accessories here. So without further ado, let's take a look at all those accessories. Starting off for accessories, we have two hands for Skurge. They're just some metallic blue hands, nothing special about them. They are open though, so I think these are meant for his two guns. But you have those right there. Speaking of the guns, you get two of them. I like the little joke in Thor Ragnarok about the title of them. And so yeah, it's actually very hard plastic. I like that. And for some reason, I don't know how accurate this is to a real gun, but I really like the mold they use for his weapons here. I don't know why. It's one of my favorite gun molds, I think, in the Marvel Legends line. So you have that. And let me actually just grab the other one real quick. If I can do this real quick. Here we go. So again, like I said, you got two of them. So yeah. And then finally for Skurge, we also have his Executioner axe. And it's all one color, it's just black. And I'm not quite sure if it's supposed to be all black in the film. If that's the case, that's good. But if not, it is missing some paint. There's supposed to be some. But you have that. So that's a look at Skurge accessories. Let's now take a look at Hela's. Starting off, we have this like orange rubbery accessory. It's supposed to be, I think, some power effects sort of a piece here. So you have that. We've seen this before on Loki, Scarlet Witch, and some other characters. But you have that. And moving onward, we do get this. It's her hand, holding Mjolnir when she stopped it and basically destroyed it at the very opening, or first half of the film. So I think that's pretty cool. She doesn't come with any other weapons like she had in the film. She had some that came out of her hands, I think. That would have been cool, but she does not have that, so it's almost perfect. But we do have this, which is probably what I'll be displaying on Hela whenever I display her in my displays one day. We have that. And she does come with some extra head accessories here. We have one head here that's basically, her hair is all straight. It's from the very end of the film, right before she puts her crown back on. So Hasbro did a decent job, I think, getting the likeness for the actress here. And we got another head sculpt here where it's basically from the opening of when we first meet Hela with her hair kind of covering her face right there. And her hair is all kind of crazy right here. It's kind of a soft rubber, so you may want to be careful, but you have that. This will probably be the head I'll display on her throughout the review. I'll show the other head real quick with the horns. So let me do that real quick. And here we have the other head accessory. Not sure if you can see her eyes, but I think they're kind of a greenish pink color. And the rest of her crown here is black. You have all these antler / horn pieces on it, so you want to be careful to make sure those don't snap off. They shouldn't, but I just feel like these could if you're not careful. But yeah, a very big accessory. I'm happy she came with all of the heads. So yeah, I feel like the only thing she was missing was just the weapons she had in the film. But besides that, almost perfect accessory and figure. But anyway, that's a look at all the accessories. Let's now take a look at Skurge and Hela. Alright, so starting off with Skurge here, you have his goatee and the little hair on the side of his head there. I think they did actually a pretty decent job getting the actor's likeness for this one. So yeah, you have that. Taking a look at the body here, he has some burgundy for the under kind of portion of his shirt. It's on the arms right here, and the arms have some brown on the burgundy portion, I believe right there. Make sure it's in shot. So you have that. And then for the hand here, it's blue for the the gauntlet piece here, and then some silver on top of it. You got those blue metallic hands. It should be mirrored for this side right here. So I pulled this up to make sure it's in shot. Again, you have blue for the metallic blue on this portion with some silver on top here, and then burgundy with some brown for that. And then taking a look at the shoulder area, he has some metallic blue for the shoulder pads and some silver on them. And you just have some silver kind of spread throughout the design of his torso here. The torso is majority that metallic blue, and I like the way his outfit looks. It's an Asgardian sort of outfit look, so I like that. Moving down to the skirt piece, you do have a silver buckle on the torso, on the belt right there. And moving down to the legs, we have basically kind of like the arms for the first half. You have some burgundy with some brown on it. You have some blue knee pads, and then silver for the boots, and that metallic blue once again. And then taking a look at the back here, it's again just that metallic blue with some silver on it. So yeah, overall I think it was a pretty decent figure. I really like how it turned out, and yeah, just it's a pretty cool character. One I'm really happy we got from Thor Ragnarok. So that's a look at Skurge. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But now let's move and take a look at Hela. And here we have Hela again. Like I said earlier, I switched the head for the one with the like when we first meet her. And I will say, having this head on her, you let me know in the comments below. Does the head look a bit too big for the body? I can't really tell if that's maybe just a bit too big. It kind of feels like it, but maybe it's not. Let me know in the comments below what you all think. But taking a look at the rest of the body, basically her outfit's just two colors. It's black for the main body suit of her outfit here. It even goes to the legs down there. And then just throughout the body, she has some green line detailing throughout it. So not too much on her. I honestly didn't realize that's what it looked like in the film until I had it described to me a little bit ago. So yeah. And then the hands here, again, just hands. Actually, she does have some black nail polish on her hands, so I'm not quite sure how well you can see that, but she has that. And then her shoulders are showing on top here. I'm not quite sure if you can see that because of the hair, but you have that. And then for the cape here, it is a soft plastic cape, which I'm conflicted. I don't mind this material. Sometimes I say there's times where I wish it was fabric. Sometimes I wish it was, well, not that I wish, but times where I don't mind it's the soft plastic. This is one of those times where I'm like 50-50. I like that it's the soft plastic, or at least I don't mind. The one thing I don't like is that it's one of those ones that ports into the back of her, back here. The hair's kind of keeping it down, so that's nice. But I feel like those can be kind of fragile at times, like maybe it doesn't go in all the way, or they kind of pop off. So it works, but I honestly wish this was a one that would just mold into her already, where it doesn't come off, or if it just had like a thing that went around her neck. As you took the head off, you can take the cape off. One of those type of capes. I'm not a huge fan when you have to port them back in, because also if you want to take the capes off for some characters where they don't have capes, the whole show, and that can kind of take away from it. But majority of the times I feel like you'll have this on. So I just want to point all those out right there when it came to the cape. But yeah, and again, you have, like I said earlier, it's the metallic green, and you have some black. Actually, no, it's hard. You can't even see it, actually. There's like a little black V underneath the hair there. I guess I'll take the head off. Do this real quick. So, yeah, you have a little black paint detailing on the portion right up there by the collar. So, yeah. Put the head back on. And so yeah, that's a look at Hela. Let me know what you think of her in the comments below. So now let's take a look at articulation. Taking a look at Skurge articulation, you can turn the head around 360 degrees like so. He looks up that far, so pretty good. And he looks down that far, so again, pretty good. He does not go side to side for the head. He can move his arm up that far. Now, if you're able to mess around with it, you're able to get the arm to go all the way around, but the shoulder pad does kind of hinder that. And earlier when I opened it, the shoulder pad actually came off on this portion, and there was a peg on that, so if it comes off, don't worry, it's not broken. It just ports in like normal. But you have that, and if you turn it backwards, it can go back that far. And like I just said, the shoulder pad just came out and just ported back in. But yeah, that's how much motion you have going around 360 degrees for the arm. He can't pull it out that far. He can bend the elbow like so. He can turn at the hand. He has some wrist articulation. And I think that's pretty much it. Taking a look at this side, it should be mirrored. Like I said, the arm goes that far up and goes this far back. I'm holding that shoulder pad in so it doesn't come out. You can pull the arm out like that, bend at the elbow like so, twist at the hand. You have some wrist articulation in this hand as well, and that's all the arm / hand articulation. He does turn at the waist, so that's nice. He bends that far down for the ab crunch, so not a lot. He bends that far back, so just a little bit, and there's a little bit of side motion, so you have that as well. When it comes to the legs here, he can kick up that far, so the skirt piece doesn't really hinder it, so that's nice. He can bend the knee, he can bend the foot like so, and bend that far up, and then same for this leg, kick that far up, bend at the knee, and then bend at the foot like so. Oh, he goes side to side, I forgot to say that. His feet do go side to side. So, that's a look at Skurge's articulation. Overall, pretty solid. Now let's take a look at Hela's. Okay, so given that her hair is this long, you can't really turn it. Actually, you can turn it side to side just a little bit, but you cannot turn it 360 degrees. You're able to go side to side just a little bit. It does have that motion, but again, the hair's going to block that. When it comes to arm articulation, you can turn it around 360 degrees like so. The cape will get in the way a little bit, so you want to be careful of that. You can pull the arm out that far. Bend at the elbow like so, turn at the hand, and she has some wrist articulation. And then it should be mirrored for this other arm. We can get the arm back in place. There we go. Moving into this arm, you can turn it around 360 degrees. Again, the cape kind of gets in the way once again. So just know that, but it is possible. You can pull the arm out. Fix that real quick. Let's pull the arm out like so, or you can pull the arm out like so. You can bend at the elbow, twist at the hand, and there's some wrist articulation, I believe, in this hand as well. So you have that. And then does she turn at the waist? She does turn at the waist, and then she can bend down. She doesn't, oh, she bends back that far. Again, it's kind of hard doing this with the cape on. And she bends forward. She doesn't really bend forward that much. She does bend back a bit, but not forward at all, it seems like. There's a little bit of side-to-side motion in there, so you have that. And then she kicks up that far, bends at the knee like so, can bend the foot down like so, bend it up, and then go side to side. And I think I showed this, but I did show that she bends that far down with the knee. And same for this leg over here, kick up that far, bend the knee like so, and then the foot does bend down a smidge, and it bends up, and it goes side to side a little bit. So overall, I guess it's decent articulation for Hela. You're just really missing that head articulation you have for her. Anyway, that's a look at articulation. Let's get them in pose and take a look at my final thoughts. Well, there you go. That is my review of Skurge and Hela from Thor Ragnarok from the Marvel Legends line. So like I said at the beginning, do these hold up from what I said at the very beginning where I thought it was a pretty good set? I think, yeah, I do have a few small complaints, and they're not much. I think 90% it's pretty good. I do wish she came with the other two swords, that being Hela, because that would have basically completed it for me. Hela is a little bit hard to stand at times. And then, again, let me know in the comments below, but I feel like the head is a little bit too big on the body, but that could just be me. And she is quite tall. Not quite sure how the height accuracy is to these two characters is right here, but that's just a little minor thing. I wouldn't even count that. It's just something I noticed while having them by each other. I think, again, it was a really solid pack. I'm really happy to have Skurge. No real complaints about him. I like all the accessories he comes with. And yeah, with that, keep an eye out for other Marvel Legends and other videos coming to the channel here soon. So I hope you all have a good rest of your day, and take care.